Occasionally, a game comes out that players just want to cozy up to for hours on end. Open world games can be riveting, or they can be frustrating and tedious. The scale of an open world game can be both its strong and weak suit. On one side of the spectrum, some games have enormous maps that are time consuming to traverse. With focused gameplay, however, open world games can provide immersive experiences that have immense replay value. The realism and depth of these maps is simply awe-inspiring. Love or hate the following titles, they are some of the best in the open world arena. Welcome to Game Rant, my name is Geoffrey, and today we are looking at 10 of the most immersive open world games that you can play right now. Number 10, Hogwarts Legacy. Avalanche's Hogwarts Legacy rode the hype train all the way to a wildly successful launch. Harry Potter games are certainly nothing new, but great ones are rare. In many ways, the 2023 release is the first title to properly take advantage of the franchise's gaming potential. Harry Potter's universe is generally regarded as fantastic, and Hogwarts Legacy enables fans to immerse themselves in a world filled with magic, mystery, and charm. Even if its story leaves a lot to be desired, the game absolutely nails its aesthetic, and players can spend dozens of hours living out their Wizarding World fantasies. If for some reason you haven't played this gem of a game yet, make sure to remedy that right away, it's simply sublime. Number 9, Kingdom Come: Deliverance. Technical issues aside, Kingdom Come: Deliverance is one of the most realistic video games of the past years. The level of detail found throughout the game is incredibly impressive, allowing it to provide a remarkably accurate representation of life in the early 15th century. It also has an excellent story, full of memorable and well-written characters, which only increases the sense of immersion that players get. Those looking for a historically accurate game set in the medieval period will struggle to find much better, and anybody else who does check it out will find it difficult to put it down. Number 8, Mafia 2. This one is a different case than all of the other games on this list, as Mafia 2's open world is mostly set dressing that does not offer much to do outside of just driving from one main mission to the next. This is not a map designed to distract people for hours on end. However, in terms of realism, Mafia 2 does a fantastic job of recreating the aesthetic of the late 1940s and early 50s. The cars, slums, and shops all come together to craft an immersive landscape soaked in historical accuracy, despite the game actually taking place in a fictional city, albeit one that cannot be interacted with in any significant way. Number 7, Sea of Thieves. Rare's Sea of Thieves garnered a mixed reception upon launch due to a lack of content. Now, more than 5 years later, the pirate-themed game is still going strong, a triumph credited to the developers' commitment to the project and the community's appreciation of that work. Sea of Thieves can be played solo or as part of a crew, and both iterations have their positives. However, the latter opens up more avenues, of course. The game takes place in a shared world, so groups of players can engage in PvP as they try to sink each other's vessels. Although not especially difficult, Sea of Thieves encourages exploration and self-reliance. Treasure seekers will need to read and figure out maps for themselves rather than just follow a waypoint. While on the sea, there is a sense that something could happen at a moment's notice, challenging crews to stay on their guards at all times. Number 6, The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. The perfect game for those who love hunting down and slaying abhorrent monsters. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt places the player once again into the boots of Geralt of Rivia, the White Wolf. He's a renowned witcher in the Northern Realms who often have quite a variety of adventures besides the usual fiend killing. One can enjoy card games in the form of Gwent, dialogue-based intrigues, and even partake in the dating scene if one dares. With lots to see and do, this action RPG feels almost like a life simulation game, one that has great dark fantasy elements in addition to well-designed and balanced combat, and a fantastic story. Number 5, The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. There are few games as expansive or rich in story as The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. As the Dragonborn, you can gallivant about the most northern province of Tamriel and slay dragons before consuming their souls. A gross oversimplification for this incredible game, though one that sums up just how awesome your time is in Skyrim can be. A variety of character creation options, settings to explore, and sometimes hilarious sights to behold and exploit make this Nordic adventure everyone needs to appreciate, especially if you're an open world game fan, and you should definitely play this at least once in your life. Number 4, Divinity: Original Sin 2. One of the best turn-based RPGs of the last decade, Divinity Original Sin 2 has great writing, unbeatable combat for its genre, and an overwhelming amount of content. Rivellon is a dark fantasy world with a deep history that is properly explored by Divinity Original Sin 2. While familiarity with previous entries in the franchise adds to the experience, it is not necessary to appreciate the 2017 entry. Divinity Original Sin 2 is not a sandbox game that provides players access to the full map right out of the gate. The RPG is divided into acts that are set within their own areas during their respective chapters. These locations can then be explored freely by players. Permitting someone is strong enough to survive encounters, they can go wherever they like. Number 3. Forza Horizon 3, 4, and 5. In the realm of open-world racing game franchises, Forza Horizon sits above and beyond any of its rivals. All the games are great in their own right, and Playground Games does a stellar job of adapting real-life locations into beautiful maps that respectfully reflect the area's cultures. Although the first 2 original entries are incredible, they cannot compare to their more modern sequels in terms of scale, visuals, and playability. When it comes to the last 3 games, subjective opinion is likely to dictate whether someone prefers Forza Horizon 3's Australia, Forza Horizon 4's Great Britain, or Forza Horizon 5's Mexico. Number 2. Elden Ring. After dabbling in open areas throughout the Souls series, From Software went full open world for 2022's Elden Ring. Set in the lands between, players are the Tarnished, a being charged with collecting the Great Runes in order to restore the titular ring. Dropped into a sprawling landscape split into massive regions that each come with huge and small dungeons, Elden Ring leaves the Tarnished free to their own devices almost entirely, although the game does provide direction for those who want it. Elden Ring's map is ridiculously expansive, and it offers not just quantity and density, but also quality and variety. Epic bosses, strange side quests, fascinating lore, and all the equipment one could want are waiting to be discovered in the lands between. Number 1. Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar is arguably the leading developer when it comes to open world projects, and Red Dead Redemption 2 set an extremely high bar that the entire industry will struggle to surpass. Set around the start of the 20th century, the Western game brings to life a long-gone era of American history, guiding players through an array of detailed cities and landscapes that will effortlessly transport them to a time when outlaws were part of everyday life. Red Dead Redemption 2's immersive open world goes beyond just stunning visuals or detailed environments. The gameplay emphasizes the smallest everyday behaviors that would have been standard during that time period. At times, Rockstar prioritized realism over entertainment, which paid off for sheer player immersion. And there we have it, 10 of the most immersive open world games that you can check out right now. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. Be sure to stop by the comment section to let us know which open world games have truly captured your time and attention. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Game Rant for more top-notch content, and please do like the video and share it around. We'd really appreciate that. You can also head on over to GameRant.com for even more delightful gaming content. Have a truly wonderful and happy day. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.